In a striking commentary that raises eyebrows and ignites discussion, Amanda Vanstone, a prominent figure within the Liberal Party and a seasoned participant in leadership dynamics since the days of Howard and Peacock in the 1980s, has issued a critique of Andrew Hastie, pointing out his apparent lack of team spirit. But here's where it gets controversial. She warns that the coalition's path back to power hinges on their ability to recapture the support of the political center. Vanstone expressed her concerns that Hastie's focus on popular economic and immigration policies might not be the key to reclaiming what she describes as the lost inner-city Menzies seats, crucial for the party's revival. He could be a more effective team player than he is currently demonstrating, she noted in an interview with 730, emphasizing that personal frustrations should not overshadow collective responsibility. I comprehend the frustration that comes when the party's direction diverges from your preferences, she continued, clarifying that while individual opinions are valid, the party fundamentally belongs to its voters, not to any single member. This call for unity comes in light of Hastie's recent provocative appearances on social media and other platforms that have stirred questions about the stability of Sussan Ley's leadership position. Vanstone stated bluntly, "You are not the centerpiece of this narrative. Your role is to persuade your colleagues within the party about the validity of your proposed actions. If you struggle to convince them, why assume you can sway the public effectively?" Recently, Hastie has publicly critiqued the net zero emissions target and acknowledged the possibility that his stance might jeopardize his position on the coalition's front bench. Additionally, he has expressed concern over the decline of manufacturing in Australia and the notion that immigration may be making Australians feel like strangers in our own home. This perspective, however, was met with skepticism by Vanstone, who served previously as an immigration minister under the Howard government. She countered Hastie's claim by saying, "I certainly don't share that sentiment. I feel completely at home in my country. Australia is a nation built on immigration, and unless one is an Indigenous Australian, their roots likely trace back to migrants. Acknowledging our immigrant heritage is essential to understanding who we are as a nation." As tensions have escalated, Hastie's recent online initiatives, coupled with his open ambition for leadership within the Liberal Party, have drawn criticism from some colleagues who urge him to tone down his rhetoric. His dismissal of dissenters as nameless cowards and muppets further complicates the internal party dynamics, especially after he faced backlash for a social media comment regarding the decline of the automotive industry in Australia. While acknowledging Hastie's frustrations about the current direction of the Liberal Party, Vanstone warned that his combative style could hinder his political aspirations. "In my experience, leadership contenders who engage in bombastic public statements rarely impress their peers. Many aspiring leaders allow their egos to overshadow their judgment," she explained, adding that even though Hastie may be voicing genuine concerns, he should tread carefully. "We all have our off days and momentarily express our frustrations, so I wouldn't overly judge Andrew Hastie based on this alone," she commented. "It's evident he's grappling with issues within the party that aren't unfolding in his favor, but unity is crucial if there's any hope of regaining trust from the electorate." Vanstone stressed that the coalition must coalesce if they aim to return to power. To effect significant change in the economy and culture, one must first secure governmental authority. If you aren't prepared to play as part of a team, the goal remains out of reach. Hastie is undoubtedly ambitious. His desire to impact major issues requires him to work within a united front. Regarding the ongoing speculation about the leadership under Sussan Ley, Vanstone refrained from making predictions, but noted that any potential challenger would need to earn the support of the party members. Ultimately, leadership derives from the consensus of the party room. You can't just appoint yourself. Although you can influence their perspective, it's ultimately their decision, and most reasonable candidates understand this principle, she remarked. Some allies of Hastie, like Queensland Senator Matt Canavan, have defended his recent activism, highlighting that he resonates with a community yearning for transformation. It's evident that Andrew is tapping into a vein of frustration prevalent among younger citizens online. So I support his efforts, Senator Canavan told 730, although he also expressed a desire for Ley to succeed in her role. He pointed out that as the nation grapples with cost of living and housing challenges, the coalition's message must appeal to those in distress to regain their support. Those at the lower end of the economic spectrum are being shortchanged in a country with abundant resources. People are understandably frustrated as their living standards continue to decline in such a prosperous nation. Failing to address these concerns could create a void that might allow more radical political movements to gain traction, potentially leading to a backlash far greater than necessary. The conversation surrounding the Conservative Party's tactical decisions continues to unfold, leaving many to ponder. How integral is unity within the party for its survival and revival? What can be done to bridge the gaps among members? And, ultimately, how should parties balance individual ambitions with collective goals?